A bit of privacy news being welcomed around the internet this week. A New York magistrate judge has ruled a person cannot be directly identified by an IP address. Judge Gary Brown issued what Torrent Freak called a landmark ruling. An IP address is insufficient to identify a person in court. Simply put, he said, it's not specific enough. An IP address provides only the location at which one of any number of computer devices may be deployed, much like a telephone number can be used for any number of telephones. The Verge welcomes Judge Brown's understanding of modern network technology. His ruling is good law for now. It's important to note that this is just a single magistrate judge, and this ruling alone doesn't carry the kind of precedent-setting oomph a ruling from an appellate or higher court would. Still, it's a welcome bit of sanity. Brown's ruling doesn't bind other courts the way a Supreme Court ruling would, but ZDNet hopes other judges will follow along. Why this is especially bitter to copyright trolls is that while other judges don't have to follow his recommendations, they should take note of the recommendation. This should put, we can but hope, a considerable dent on mass copyright lawsuits using only an IP address and a BitTorrent trail as evidence. Gizmodo explains, such scattershot suits are complex affairs that use nothing but the IP address scraped from a torrent tracker as grounds for litigation. The ruling comes in the context of mass torrent lawsuits that just dump thousands of IP addresses into the court and charge everyone associated with them. Cases like the Hurt Locker suit filed against 5,000 people for downloading the movie. And Judge Brown doesn't want to see that tactic in his district anymore. In his recommendation, he implies it's a waste of judicial resources and says it improperly lumps defendants together and could lead to unfair outcomes. For now, at least in Eastern New York District Court, plaintiffs wanting to bring this sort of infringement suit must do so against individual defendants, and they'll have to have more than just an IP address to go on. For Newsy, I'm Nathan Byrne, multiple sources, The Real Story.